Other news now, the University of the West Indies, the UWI Seismic Research Center in Trinidad and Tobago has confirmed that an earthquake was felt in St. Lucia, Dominica and Martinique. No damage was reported. Preliminary results indicate that the earthquake occurred at just about 10:49 a.m. and measured 4.3 in magnitude, the center revealed on its Facebook page. The center further stated that the earthquake was felt at latitude 14.49 degrees north and longitude 60.37 degrees west with a depth of 30 kilometers. The earthquake occurred 79 kilometers east of Fort-de-France, Martinique, 84 kilometers northwest of Castries, St. Lucia, and 144 kilometers southeast of Roseau, Dominica. The erection of a test tower to establish the potential for the construction of a 12-megawatt wind farm in Dennery has been hailed as a significant step towards changing the island's energy consumption pattern. Sustainable Development Minister Dr. James Fletcher says establishing the wind farm would help government achieve the goal of having 20% of electricity use come from renewable sources. The government is also exploring other renewable projects, including geothermal possibilities in Soufrière.
Because 12 megawatts is actually one-fifth or 20% of the peak demand of Lucelec right now, which is 60 megawatts. So I think it's a very positive development. We're also expecting very soon to put out a request for proposals. In fact, Lucelec, I think, is putting out a request for proposals for a 1 megawatt solar photovoltaic facility in Vieux-Fort. We should be going out to tender also for a waste-to-energy facility with the assistance of the Carbon War Room, and we believe that can probably give us somewhere between 2 and 3 megawatts of electricity. And of course, you know, the work with geothermal is continuing. There were some surveys that were done recently, and we should have the helicopter surveys, the LiDAR surveys starting very soon. So I think we're in a good place, and the legislation is being reviewed. We should be going to Parliament soon with the legislation to establish a National Utilities Regulatory Commission. And 2 weeks ago, we had a consultation for the new Electricity Supply Services Bill, which will replace the current Electricity Supply Act, which gives Lucelec the 80-year monopoly on the generation, transmission, distribution, and sale of electricity. So there really is quite a bit happening on the renewable energy front right now.
Dr. Fletcher says government is working assiduously towards having as much as possible a national transition from dependency on fossil fuels.
Our local demand is somewhere around 60 megawatts. If we're looking at what we believe is the short-term potential of the geothermal facility in Soufrière, we're probably looking at 30 megawatts. The wind farm will probably give us another 12 megawatts. But the problem with intermittence, which is wind and solar, is there's a maximum amount that you could put on your grid. Otherwise, you start having instability issues. So really, for us to do a complete transition away from fossil fuels, we need to have more base load. So we're hoping that once we've developed the 30 megawatts of geothermal, that will give us an indication that there's much more potential there, and that we should hopefully one day in the near future be able to satisfy our entire demand from renewable sources.
A major advantage, the minister added, is protection from the volatility of the oil market.
If it is that we are producing electricity primarily from our own resources, then we can insulate ourselves from what's happening in that overseas market. We also believe that geothermal, we should be able to generate geothermal cheaper than we're generating from diesel right now. So it will be advantageous on two counts. First of all, that you are insulating yourself from the volatility in the world oil market, and also that you will be causing a reduction in price because you should be generating at a lower price than you're generating right now.